perception, certainly of the HSE. I only had one visit from the HSE when I was a manager for a previous company. Was essentially that the inspector called. This was the factory inspector. Now I work for the HSE. I realise there's a lot of background work in terms of amending standards and trying to engineer potential safety issues out with a component, a machine, whatever it might be, so that the problem doesn't hit the market. I think and those kind of background issues are really things I hadn't appreciated before. Well, typical days in my role might be investigating an incident out on a factory or on a farm or in a playground, wherever it might be. A typical day might be up at our health and safety laboratories testing components that we might have taken in as a result of an incident. Typical days can be report writing for sure. For every incident you have to write a report. A typical day might be appearing in court. It's a very varied job, and okay, there is no such thing as a typical day. I think the support for a new employee at HSE has been very good. I would say it's probably amongst the best in terms of training, both hands-on and in formalised courses. The training has been the best part of 2 years. Obviously the longer courses drop out over 2 years, but there are day and 2 day training events scheduled foreseeably. I think you have to accept that the HSE is a large organisation, and it's certainly very different to any other company that I've worked for. But I think that aside, there's always a lot of experience to hand, and there's always people who can help you out if you've got problems or queries, so you don't feel isolated in that respect, even though it is a large organisation. I'm conscious of the fact that it is my sort of foundation years, if you like, even though I've been here just under 3 years. There's plenty that I haven't seen. I'm aware, listening to colleagues who've been here longer than I have, of the wealth of experience and machines and incidents that they've come across, that I have a lot to experience yet. I think if you're thinking of joining the HSE, certainly as a mechanical specialist inspector, I would say that it's an interesting role. It would suit someone with broad-based engineering background, and certainly someone with an inquisitive mind who likes the variation and a certain amount of the unpredictability of the role. If they enjoy those challenges, coupled with the thought that you stand a very good chance of potentially saving someone from serious injury behind all that, then I would say it's a job worth looking at and worth applying for.